Pastor Shaw, Empowerment City Church here in Brunswick, Georgia, coming to you very quickly with just a quick pop-up, just to share some ministry updates, some information. Ever since we began to share information about our Night Under the Stars, there's been a lot of calls and emails and texts about how you can support, how you can be a part of it. So I wanted to do that. So there's several things that I want to share. I want to give you some updates about that. I want to also give you some updates about our Groundbreaking Sunday, and then several other ministry endeavors that are going on. As many of you know, back in November, we changed the name from Gilead Ministry Center to Empowerment City Church. And so now we're actually doing business as the Empowerment City Church. And every single year for the last 4 years, we have hosted a Night to Shine. It's a very, very amazing prom-type event for those of the special needs community. And it's been a tremendous success. We started initially here in the sanctuary right here in Brunswick, Georgia at 428 Picktrick Street. And we started right here in the sanctuary. And we began to have those events. The entire community, all the community leaders, different entities of the community, both our nonprofit community as well as those from the for-profit sector, all rallied with us together to make a Night to Shine one of the most powerful events, yearly events here in the city of Brunswick, Georgia. And so with the onslaught of COVID, of course, we were not able to have it for at least a couple of years. And so this year, we was thinking about going ahead and trying to have it. And of course, the Tim Tebow Foundation decided to once again do a virtual. And so we did a virtual in the early part of February and to kind of meet that requirement. But there was still a cry. There was still a cry from within the community to get back to a prom-style in-person event. And so this event, A Night Under the Stars, is to fill that void. And so we have a number of entities all across the city of Brunswick and Glenn County have come together to make this event happen. And it's going to happen on March the 25th. That's a Friday afternoon. We'll start registration and check-ins probably about 6 o'clock. And the event is scheduled to start promptly at 7. One of the things that I wanted to share is this. It's an amazing event, a tremendous amount of moving parts. And so let me just break some of those down so you'll know what's going on. So first and foremost, the age starts at age 14. And from age 14 on, so there'll be those who are part of the special needs community. It doesn't matter whether they're in school or out of school, whether they're completely adulthood or whatever. We have those from different segments that are going to be a part of it. SOAR is participating, one of our partners and sponsors. Family Connection is one of our partners and sponsors. Southeast Georgia Hospital Healthcare is one of our sponsors. And we have a number of more sponsors who tapped in with us. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to register as many as we can. We have a capacity, so we're going to register as many special guests as we possibly can and prepare them for that major event. So here's what we need from you all. If you know of anybody who may be interested, or if you know of anybody who attended previously, but if we've not been able to reach so far, go ahead and share this information. The contact information is in the bottom of the screen. Now, I'm going to take just about a few seconds to kind of digress for a minute to give some of you all a chance to come on and share this live with your friends, with your neighbors, and with your coworkers, because I think it's really, really important that you get this information. And I want you to get this information in its totality. I am always excited to be able to host events like this, to be able to touch various segments of our community. And this is very, very personal for us to be able to do it at this particular time. So with that being said, the registration information should be there at the bottom of the screen. Now, if you are interested in being a volunteer, that means someone who would actually show up the night of March the 25th and help with being maybe a chaperone or someone who's there who have experience as a registered nurse or a CNA that can help in the event there's any emergency situations. We need all the help volunteers we can get. We need volunteers to actually help with the respite care for the caregivers. That also is going to be going on simultaneously while the prom setting is going on. And so we're going to need a tremendous amount of guests there that's kind of hand-on, helping through this entire process. Also, we're still asking for additional sponsors. And the reason why we're asking for additional sponsors is not only do we intend to have this event fully funded by the time we get to March the 25th, but as a result of this particular event, we're going to birth something brand new, and that is our ongoing special needs ministry is going to be birthed on that night as well. Now, how is that going to look? Well, the reason for that is this, is we realize that there are some needs that our caregivers and their family members may have that may not already be completely fulfilled by maybe some government entity, or it may be a need that that specific family has. But what we want to become is a ministry that affects the total family. Even if there's someone in the family who is one of our special needs friends, we want to be able to do whatever we can to be a blessing to the entire family. If that means helping and assisting with a ramp being put at the house, if that means assistance with transportation, if that means assistance with any entity that their need. And so we're going to birth this and have an ongoing ministry dealing with all these diverse needs as relates to our special needs community. But what we're going to need more than anything else, both for March the 25th and the continuation of this new ministry, we're going to need your financial support. So I'm asking all of you, if you're not able to support, if you know someone who's capable of supporting, and not just a one-time supporter, but if you'll be willing to be an ongoing supporter to help not only birth this special needs ministry, but allow it to continue to complete fruition. All right, so all that information is going to be available. Now, here's how that particular event is going to flow on March the 25th. Registration, as I said, is going to start at about 6 o'clock. And during that registration time, hopefully, if there's any additional needs for hair preparation or makeup preparation, then that too can be done between the hours of 6 and 7 as we prepare for the actual prom. Once we get everybody registered and everybody's in place and everybody's been assigned with a partner or chaperone for that particular night, then of course we'll start the various festivities. And so there'll be music, there'll be dancing, there'll be food, and then of course throughout the night there's going to be some giveaways, and then of course we'll have a special crowning on that night where we begin to crown all of our special guests, and we'll celebrate with them. And then at the same time we'll be celebrating with the caregivers, the mothers, the fathers, or whoever the caregivers are, who do a tremendous job behind the scene each and every day providing the necessary care. And so all those things will be taking place on March the 25th. And as a result of that, again, we're going to birth a new ministry. It's going to be called Shine On, and it'll be a continuation throughout the year to help meet all those special needs that will be taking place throughout the remainder of the year. And then at the culmination of our year will be our Night to Shine, will be the culmination of a whole year of events and programs and outreach and all those sort of things to really become a greater blessing. And if you have ideas, and let me say this real quickly, if you have ideas, if you know of specific needs in that community, go ahead and begin to put that information on the screen even now, and we'll make sure we address those needs. There are individuals who are watching even as the live is going forward. So if you have concerns, if you have some specific needs that you know about, or some individuals that you know about that have very specific needs as it relates to the special needs community, let us know, and we want to be that conduit of hope to support, to undergird, and do every single thing we can, amen, to make life better, all right? And so if you're here and you're listening, again, share this video. It's just one of those videos that we're going to do on a regular basis to give you a little bit of idea for some ministry follow-up as to what's going on. All right, keep that in mind. That's March 25th. We're going to start registration at around 6. The event starts at 7. So we want to see you there on St. Simon's Island at the King and Prince Hotel. And we again want to thank the general managers and all the staff there at the King and Prince Hotel for allowing us to host this tremendous event at their very amazing facility. The other thing that I wanted to mention very quickly before we move further is this. And again, go ahead and share this with your friends, and I'll continue to share the information. On March the 27th, mark your calendars. Even if you are a partner of Empowerment City Church, or if you're not, it doesn't matter. Either way, we're reaching out to you on March the 27th. Is going to be our what we call our groundbreaking Sunday. I'm going to share some information with you on that Sunday that's really going to begin to catapult us, push us leaps forward toward that great day when we will be able to break grounds on our brand new facility there in Jessup, Georgia. All right. As many of you know, we secured the land probably about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago now. Right in the middle of a pandemic, we were able to secure about 6-7 acres of land. And now we're ready to begin to put phase one of all the building and construction that'll be going on that piece of property. All right. And so what we're anticipating is this. Our groundbreaking Sunday are going to be those funds that are going to help us continue to move closer and closer to that groundbreaking day. Even before you break ground on a building, there's so many preliminary expenses that we must incur, things that we have to begin to take care of. One of the things that I actually had to do today was began to release some funds toward the architectural design of that particular building. And there's just so many additional things that you have no idea, or I'll put it this way, that I had no idea that existed before you can actually put that first shovel in the ground and begin to prepare to break ground for a building project. So that's where we are now. So every single fund, friends and family, those of you who've known formerly Gilead Ministry Center and now Empowerment City Church, those of you who've known us down through the years, known the work that myself, First Lady, and all our amazing staff have been able to do in communities in Brunswick as well as in Jessup and even surrounding counties. And many of you who we've actually served outside of our immediate areas, you all know that we have a heart for ministry. We have a heart for empowering people for progress. That's been our slogan. That's what we do. And even as Empowerment City Church, that's what we continue to do. So our quest is to use Groundbreaking Sunday as an opportunity to ask our friends, our partners, our members to prepare a special sacrificial offering on that day. And make sure that on that day that you're readily available to release that sacrificial offering to help us better prepare for that major groundbreaking day. And hopefully, as we continue to get a little bit closer to that day, we'll be able to announce what day that may actually be. But we're still in that beginning stages, getting architectural designs completed, what's going to go here, what's going to go there, what's going to be here, what's going to be there, and everything that it's going to take, not only, watch this now, not only to build that amazing construction over there in Wayne County, but not only just to be able to build it, but to build it in a way that it will be a greater support not only to Wayne County, but to all the surrounding counties. And one of the things that I'm super proud to announce, that when that facility is completed, the Learning Place, which is currently being housed at our current facility in Jessup, Georgia, the Learning Place, which is the child care center that we operate out of the church there in Jessup, will have a brand new location, a brand new state-of-the-art child care facility with all the technology, with all the important things that are going to be necessary to begin to educate our children. Listen, and again, the Learning Place is going to be able to facilitate children from 6 weeks all the way to school age, after school program, tutorials, all those things that are now currently going on and will all be expanded. Of course, with the new building construction, the Learning Place is going to actually double in capacity. So we'll have plenty more room for all of those of you who care to bring your children, your infants, your children to that new facility. So groundbreaking is getting us closer to that brand new child care facility. We're excited about it. Once this facility is built, there will be no facility like it in the entire county. I promise you that. No facility in Wayne County equipped to do all the work of early childhood in the county. Nothing like it. And so we're preparing for that as well. And of course, there'll be tremendous ministry space inside of that facility to address so many other ministry needs of our community. And of course, there'll be our worship space is going to also be in that new facility. We're looking forward to that state-of-the-art worship center with all of the technology, with all the digital enhancements that are necessary to do ministry at the 21st century. So we're excited about that. We're excited about this groundbreaking Sunday because it's one step closer to that day. I feel like David in the Old Testament and David's desire to build God a house that would be a place of excellence, a place where the work of ministry would go forward. And that's, to me, is what the ministry is all about in the 21st century. And the Bible tells us in the book of Ephesians to prepare and to equip, the people for the work of the ministry. And so we're going to be prepared to do even greater ministry outreach, greater impact for our community, greater impact for our city, and so many different spaces will be available there. We're also going to make special room in that new facility at the Empowerment City Church. There'll be a special place inside of that facility for mental health treatment. There'll be a special place there for those who have mental health situations. They can come and actually have one-on-one mental health counseling, mental health programs going on. One of the greatest needs in the state of Georgia right now is mental health capacity. So we want to be able to be a beacon of hope for those who are in that mental health community who have very specific mental health needs, from very mild mental health needs to severe. So there'll be space there for child care facility, for a place to worship, but a place there also for those who are going through some mental health situations. And then, of course, with everything that's going on around us, there'll be additional space there for our community to use. We'll have a really nice, again, state-of-the-art. You're going to hear me use that word over and over again. Again, a nice state-of-the-art fellowship kind of hall where you can have your special events, your birthdays, your weddings. All those things are going to be taking place right there at Empowerment City Church in the city of Wayne County. So we're excited about it. As you can see, I can go on and on and on about it because there's so much. We're in great expectations. But one of the reasons I want to begin to have groundbreaking Sunday is to prepare us financially to get that one step closer to the day where we can put that first shovel in the ground and begin to break grounds and build God the kind of house that he desires. I always remember the book of Nehemiah talks about how the walls began to be broken down and the work of ministry was hindered because the people were struggling and there were so many attacks and the people were living in very diminished family situations. And the city, the Bible says in the book of Nehemiah, the city was in a state of ruin. And as a result of it, there was a challenge made to Nehemiah, and basically said to Nehemiah, Nehemiah, your city, your hometown is suffering. The people in your city back home are going through poverty. They're going through lack. They're going through a lot of personal issues, a lot of mental health issues. And the Bible declares that once Nehemiah heard about the needs in his hometown, that he was not able to rest. And he made a calculated decision that if all of those needs are going on in my hometown, then I'm going to be one who will become a beacon of hope to make change in my whole town. And as a result of it, Nehemiah went out and began to work. And if you read the Bible, you'll find out that as a result of his efforts to begin to move forward, supplies were given to him. Lumber to build was given to him. A mortar was given to him to help build. He received letters from the governor that gave him permission to go into other places. And because of the letter that the governor gave him, additional donations was made. Continue to follow me now. He goes back to his city. He sees the ruin. He sees the needs of his city. And the Bible says he began to weep because he saw the needs as he walked among his city. I want to say this to you tonight. I have seen the needs in our city of Wayne County, Jessup, Georgia. I've seen the diminishing family situations. I've seen child care situations that has a greater need. I've seen the mental health that has a greater need. I've seen family situations where you have single moms trying to raise children by themselves. I've seen the situations where when single moms are not present, that now grandmothers have stepped up to the plate to begin to raise children in place of their mothers. And all of these dynamics that Nehemiah saw when he walked through the city are some of the same dynamics you'll see when you begin to walk through the city of Jessup and Brunswick and many of the other surrounding areas. And so we have made a calculated decision, just like Nehemiah, that we're going to begin to bridge and build something that will be sound structure to be able to handle the needs of our community. And then listen very closely. And the Bible said it took Nehemiah and the people who was working with him a grand total of 52 days to repair the walls and rebuild the walls of the city and bring hope back to that city. And when the question was asked, please hear me out, and when the question was asked to Nehemiah, how were you able to do this? You did a tremendous job of building this city. You did a tremendous job of bringing hope back in situations where there was no hope. Nehemiah, you brought families together. There's people who now have a place to live that was homeless. You brought families back together, families who were separated because of poverty and lack and mental health and divorce and all these things. And we need to know from you right now, Nehemiah, how were you able to accomplish this amazing task in building the walls of this city in 52 short days? And Nehemiah's response should shake this entire community that's listening to me. If it's Brunswick, if it's Jessup, if it's Waycross, all the surrounding counties, Nehemiah's response to that question was this. He said, we were able to build this powerful structure because the people had a mind to work. And I'm challenging you as a body of people. You don't have to be a member of our church. You don't have to be a member of our immediate community. But we're asking you to help us build the walls of the city of Jessup, to build some things that will help undergird some of the needs in our community. And we're asking you to be a part of that. So our groundbreaking Sunday is about one step closer to rebuilding the walls, just like Nehemiah had to build. And so what are we going to need to rebuild the walls? We're going to need brick, just like Nehemiah needed. We're going to need mortar, just like Nehemiah needed. We're going to need lumber. We're going to need wood, just like Nehemiah needed. We're going to need all the equipment that goes inside of a brand new facility. We're going to need all the digital equipment. We're going to need all the digital things that we need. We're going to need all the things that we'll need inside of the child care facility, computers and laptops and all of those different devices. And I believe that just like Nehemiah's challenge, I believe that this challenge can be met because I do believe that there's enough people who are listening. There's enough people who have surrounded us who have a mind to work. Empowerment City Church, I'm challenging you as a group of believers who have joined with me to make our city and our surrounding areas better. And why we're going to be able to accomplish this, not because Pastor Shaw has a vision, not because First Lady Shaw has passion, but we're going to be able to accomplish this because the people are going to have a mind to work. All right? And so that's what we're looking forward to. So put that on your calendar. March the 25th, a night under the stars. March the 27th, we're going to be having our groundbreaking service, asking you to bring a sacrificial offering. If you can't come, that's not a problem. If you can't literally be in the house, either in Brunswick or Jessup, you don't have to be present to give. You can release your seed via, you can send a check in the mail to 428 Pickrick Street, Brunswick, Georgia. That's 428 Pickrick Street. That's hard to pronounce, but let me spell it. It is P-I-C-R-I-C, Brunswick, Georgia, 31520. If you don't want to give that way, you can give through Cash App. You can send it to Cash App. The Cash App information is on the screen right now as I'm talking. You can give through Cash App. You can write a check. You can drop a check off by the church. There's somebody here 5 days a week. The child care facility here in Brunswick opens at 6 o'clock every morning, and we close at 6 o'clock every evening. You can bring a check by. You can bring cash by. You can send a Cash App. And if you don't want to do any of those things, you can also go to empowermentcitychurch.com, and you can actually give a donation on our website. All you have to do if you're going to give a donation on the website, just tag it as groundbreaking. All right? Just put groundbreaking, and as you release that seed, just put groundbreaking, and we'll know exactly how to mark that seed. Even if you're giving by Cash App, when you give that Cash App, and if it's definitely intended for Groundbreaking Sunday, when you give that Cash App, all you got to do is put on that Cash App for Groundbreaking Sunday, and we'll make sure that that seed is given in the right direction. All right? And why? How are we going to be able to do this? Because the people have a mind to work. All right? Remember that. Because the people have a mind to work. If Pastor Shaw has a vision, First Lady Shaw has passion. But if the people don't have a mind to work, we're not going to be able to accomplish this. So I need your support. I need your help. All right? Let me make one more quick announcement for March the 27th as well. Mark your calendars real quickly. March the 27th. Make sure you make note of this. On March the 27th, our eKids ministry is going to be back up and operational. Before the pandemic hit, we had just begun to formulate and had the numbers were starting to populate on Sunday mornings. Our children's ministry, both here in Brunswick and in Jessup, Georgia. So we end up kind of shutting that down because there were not anyone coming to church during the pandemic. And now the numbers of those who are coming to churches on Sunday are slowly beginning to increase, and there is a dire need for us to have children's ministry. So how's that going to look? Well, on Sunday mornings here in Brunswick, starting at right up between 9:30 and 9:45, you can go ahead and begin to register your children, your small children, in the back. There will be teachers, and there will be children workers there that will receive your children. You can sign them in, or you can log them in. You can sign them in, and then there'll be someone there to attend to them the full length of the service, okay? And so that you won't have to be trying to pay attention to the service and get involved in the worship, hearing the word, and still trying to bounce your babies on your knees and so forth. So eKids, somebody put that in the notes. eKids will be activated on March the 27th. The children's ministry is going to be up and running. And so those of you who have questions about that, and even if there's still some who want to participate and be a part of that children's ministry, just send a message on this particular live, or send a message via the internet, or you can just call the church at 912-342-8793 and let them know that you want to be a part of eKids ministry, and we'll make sure we get you plugged in. But starting March the 27th, both at the Brunswick location and at the Jessup location, our eKids will be open and operational, so you can drop those children in and let them get ministered to, let them get a little snack, let them have some playtime, and even have some music time while church is going on. And then once we're done in our services, you can swoop up your babies and be on your way home, okay? So those are the three main things that I wanted to share with you on this afternoon. I thought it very important just to come on, and I felt compelled to come on now. We'll be back with you at around 7:30 tonight for a quick Bible study, but I wanted to come on to you now and just share that information. So let me review one more time real quickly. First thing is March the 25th is our night under the stars. If you want to be a volunteer, if you want to be a sponsor, if you want to be a part of that great event on that night, just reach out to us. And again, call the numbers on the screen, or you can call my cell phone, 912-294-4970, and I'll direct you in the right direction. And I must say, we have an amazing team that's been put together, both with our amazing team and our executive here at the church, and we have a tremendous amount of support from our community entities that are helping with that amazing team. So we have a powerful team together that's working in unison to make sure that that event is extremely powerful. Then, of course, on March the 27th, it is our groundbreaking Sunday. We're looking forward to a very amazing time. And please stay noted now, because we're going to make a powerful special announcement. Put that in your noggin. A powerful special announcement on March the 27th at both services, both at the 10 o'clock service and at the 12 o'clock service, we're going to make a powerful, powerful announcement that you are going to hear and see. All right? So you don't want to miss March the 27th, our groundbreaking services where we're going to begin to receive those sacrificial offerings directly related to the pre-expenses that goes into play before we begin to break ground. All right? And so on Groundbreaking Sunday, we're going to bring wheelbarrows, we're going to bring shovels, we're going to bring hard hats into the sanctuary, and so that you can see an example of the steps that we're making towards this powerful, powerful day that we actually break ground for the first time. This will be the first time in 22 years of ministry that we've actually built from the ground, and we're completely excited about it. And then, of course, finally, on March the 27th, E-Kids, put it in the notes, E-Kids will be open, our children's ministry will be back open, ready to receive your children, and they'll minister to your children, they'll feed them, they'll have music time with them. There's even going to be art projects that are going to take place. But all those things will take place while you're worshiping in the sanctuary. All right? So listen, I'm getting ready to let you go for now. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for sharing. If you would, even before you leave, share this link with your friends, your coworkers, and other family members. If you're part of Empowerment City Church, share this live with your counterparts and your friends, and let them know Pastor Shaw was live, just sharing a little bit of information, and you don't want to miss, one more time, March the 27th, and not only are we going to have Groundbreaking Sunday, but we're going to have an earth-shattering announcement that you're going to be able to see and hear, and it is going to be absolutely amazing. It will be paramount. It will be historical, all right? It is going to be of historical proportion. You don't want to miss March the 27th. That powerful announcement is going to come forth, and you have the power to be a part of that. All right? Listen, guys, and until then, First Lady Shaw, myself, and of course the First Family, Josh and Eric, we thank God for all of your continuous support that you've done down through the years. Thank you, those of you who have always been there praying and lifting up us and our families. We do the work of ministry. We thank you. We love you, appreciate you. We can't do all the things that we do without your support. So thank you for your support. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your kindness. And we pray that every single thing that God has in store for your life, that it will come to complete fruition. Because it's only our goal here at Empowerment City Church is to empower people for progress. Listen, until next time, God bless you.